Terrell Jones here, founder and CEO of Productive Academy, and today we're talking about do what they're not willing to do. If you're trying to be great, which we all want to be great at some level, because you don't just wake up in the morning and say, I want to be mediocre. You wake up and you want to be the best version of yourself. But the true question is, are you willing to go that extra mile? Are you willing to do what other people are not willing to do? See, and no matter what it is, whether it's financial, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in your health or your spirituality, we want to be great. And we want to be able to have the type of life that we want. We want to be able to have that close, tight-knit, intimate relationship with our spouse or with our partner. We want to be able to make the most money and make the most amount of impact in the world so we can feel good about it, right? We want to be able to have close relationships with people. We all want to live healthy. You want to have the energy. You want to be going through the day slugging and tired. We want to be able to have that energy, that passion, and that fire that we're all built with. But the only issue about that is we know that sometimes motivation, we could lose motivation. We know sometimes when it gets hard, we just want to stop and we just want to go to sleep, or we want to talk on the phone, or we want to get on our phone, right? We'll use this all day, right? And this is the fastest way to not get what you want if you're not using it correctly and if you're not monitoring yourself. So what does that really look like in regards to, us getting what we want and at the same time do what other people are not willing to do? Well, we know that anytime you want to go on that extra mile, there's very few people on that extra mile, right? If you want to be, if there's somebody that you're attracted to and you want to be able to, impress her or impress him and be able to get them, well, what are you doing that, let's say, other guys are not doing, right? If you go out on a date, you get a chance to go on a date with her, are you opening the doors? Are you paying for the meals? Are you just being courteous and kind? And it sounds something that's so simple, but most guys don't do it, right? If you have a business and you want to be able to stand out from the rest of the people, like, what are you doing in order to make sure you're doing what most other people are doing? A lot of people are not staying relevant with the current things that's going on. A lot of people in business don't even know what's going on that's current or what's hot or what's trending. At the same time, most other people are just doing what everybody else is doing. They're not being different. They're not being unique. They're not standing out. Are you doing certain things of that nature, right? So you got to be able to want to go the extra mile. I remember watching a Kobe documentary, and Kobe said one of the things that I did was I scoped out everybody, and I saw, what was their workout routine like? When did they work out? How often did they work out? And I made sure that I worked out 3-4 times more than they worked out because I wanted to have that advantage. And he said, every year, season after season, I would be getting better and better, to the fact that I know they wouldn't be able to catch up to me because they weren't even working as hard as I was working. They weren't going to the gym as early as I was going to the gym. And we got to be able to look at that in our own life. What am I doing that's better and that's helping me stand out more than other people, right? So even early in my career, when I first started helping college students, like, one of the things that I realized is I wasn't even doing some of the things just to get me in the game, right? I was just so excited that I had a book. I was so excited that I had knowledge that I can help students with, that I didn't take it, and I wasn't even doing the things, one, to even put me on a level playing field from a marketing standpoint, from just doing certain things that you need to do just to be successful in business. But even once you get to baseline, the foundational things, now what are you doing to go that extra step, right? And I realized that was one of the things that really slowed me down and stopped me from making the amount of impact that I wanted. Now today I work with entrepreneurs, and I've been blessed enough to work with and know celebrities on a first name basis, and be able to work with thousands of entrepreneurs and CEOs and presidents of companies all around the world internationally, right? They come to my programs, we do consult them, different things of that nature. But I would have never gotten to that point if I didn't know how am I different. If I didn't know, and sometimes it don't have to be that difficult in order for us to stand out. Consistency. Most people are not consistent in what they do. right? So that is just something that will help you stand out. If you want to have the body that most people don't have, consistency, right? If you want to be able to have the business that most people don't have a good strategy. Most businesses, they don't have strategy. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be able to stand out and to get the partner or the man or the wife you want or whoever, what are you doing to stand? What are you doing differently to stand out? First of all, you got to know what everybody is doing, what the norm is, and then know what that looks like for you to go the extra mile. If you want to get that promotion in your job, look at what everybody else is doing. Are they just doing their job? Okay, what do I have to do to move to that next level? Do what they're not doing. Oh, okay, boom, I got to get some other projects under my belt. Okay, and I'm not only just doing my job, but I'm doing my job excellent, ahead of time, ahead of schedule, ahead of budget. But at the same time, I'm helping on this job over here. I'm helping on, right? So these are the things that we need to be thinking about in order to do that. So what is this specifically? What are the things I would say to you in regards to things that we need to do in order to make sure that we're doing what they're not doing, all right? First thing is see what everybody else is doing, right? What does average look like? Once you know whatever that is, with like if it's certain type of body, okay, what's the average diet that people are doing that's allowing them to not really break through? Okay, oh wow, they drinking beer every other day. Okay, they eating and going straight to sleep. They eating too late. They're not getting enough sleep. They're not drinking enough water. Whatever the case is, know what that average looks like, and then say, okay, what does it take for me to go the extra mile and be phenomenal? Right? And know that. You might have to learn that from people. You might have to read a book, but whatever the case is. So first is know what everybody else is doing. Okay? And then once you know what everybody else is doing, second level to that is, okay, what do I need to do to go the extra mile? Okay? And then once you know what you need to do the extra mile, from getting a coach, a mentor, from reading, podcasts, whatever the case is, okay, boom, I know what I need to do to go the extra mile. And then you need to know, what do you need to do in order to stay consistent? And that'll be the third thing. Stay consistent at that. Even if it's consistency. How do I stay consistent at being consistent? Like whatever the case is, because a lot of times in order for you to be successful, it's not just you doing a one-time thing. It's gonna be you, and that's the biggest mistake most of us make, is the fact that, well, even if we know what the strategies are, a lot of us are smart, we're not doing it over a consistent amount of time. Evan Carmichael was just featured on. I have a group coaching community. We bring on top quality entrepreneurs, right? And he came on the call and he said, you know what? The crazy part is, it was just maybe 6 years ago, I had 6,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And he said today, approximately 6 years later, I have 1.5 million, right? 1.5 million subscribers on YouTube, right? And if you know Evan Carmichael, everything that you see top 10 online, like that's what he does. And he told us this. And one of the things that he said is, you know, what everybody wasn't doing at the time, and I just said, you know, I have to do this, is just be consistent. Every day, post a video, upload it to YouTube, shoot it every single day. Did that for 6 years, looked up 1.5 million subscribers. So what do you have to do to hit that baseline? What do you need to do in order to go the extra mile? And what do you need to do to stay consistent? And once you hit those 3 levels, you're going to know how to make yourself stand out, and you're going to know how to make yourself go above and beyond what everybody else is doing, because they're not willing to do that. All right? So make sure that you do that. And if you like this video, make sure that you subscribe. Definitely be a part of my newsletter and continue to grind, because remember, every minute matters if you